Have you ever found yourself waking up with stiff joints or noticing that everyday tasks like walking up the stairs or carrying groceries suddenly feel more challenging? If so, you are not alone. Many of us in our 70s and beyond have come to accept the aches and pains of inflammation as simply part of growing older. After all, conventional wisdom has taught us that while we might manage our discomfort with medications or gentle rest, there isn't much else that can be done. Yet here's a perspective that might surprise you. There is an age-old approach, practiced for centuries in various parts of the world, that can help ease those very issues, offering more comfort, improved mobility, and a renewed sense of vitality. And the most remarkable part? Too many seniors over 75 overlook this approach, even though it can fit right into our everyday routines without drastic measures. This matters because inflammation, while a natural part of the body's immune response, can become problematic when it lingers longer than it should. Chronic inflammation has been linked to everything from lingering joint pain to fatigue, and even more concerning conditions like cardiovascular issues. When we choose to address it in simple, consistent ways, we're not just alleviating aches, we're also improving our overall health profile. Imagine enjoying a brisk walk around the neighborhood without wincing at each step, or confidently heading out to socialize with friends knowing you won't pay for it with pain the next day. That's what this approach offers, the opportunity to reclaim a level of comfort, strength, and independence that feels truly liberating. Today we'll explore 3 key insights drawn from age-old practices, tools many of us have heard about but rarely consider seriously because they might seem too simple or too foreign compared to what our doctors and family members usually suggest. Yet these methods have proven effective for countless older adults who, like you, once felt uncertain or even skeptical. Across these 3 core ideas, you'll discover gentle yet powerful strategies you can incorporate into everyday life, from the foods you choose to eat to the way you manage your emotions and stress. By the end of our time together, you'll have a clearer view of how to lower inflammation in a way that feels both natural and deeply empowering. It's important to mention that while everything you'll hear is grounded in tried and true wisdom and emerging research, I'm not here to diagnose or treat any specific condition. Think of me as a knowledgeable friend who has seen firsthand how seniors can thrive when they embrace these approaches. If you have particular health concerns or complex medical conditions, it's always wise to speak with your healthcare provider. Still, don't be surprised if you find yourself inspired to explore these methods and discuss them with your doctor in the very near future. There's genuine hope in discovering that we can do more than just wait and see how our bodies age. We can nudge them toward better health and comfort. For now, consider this a friendly invitation to reflect on how you've been managing your well-being. What beliefs have you carried around inflammation and aging? Are there certain everyday habits that might be contributing to the stiffness or soreness you feel? And most importantly, are you open to the possibility that there might be a simpler, more natural way to support your body than you ever realized before? Keep those questions in mind as we move forward, because together we'll challenge a few assumptions, share real-life stories of seniors who've made remarkable improvements, and outline practical steps that can help you feel better, physically and emotionally. Let's begin this journey with a fresh perspective on an ancient secret that too many of us have been ignoring for far too long. There's a common notion among older adults that fighting inflammation means popping more pills, taking it easy, or resigning ourselves to a constant battle with aches. Let's see why that may not be the full picture and open the door to 3 encouraging possibilities. Many believe that easing inflammation simply involves staying in bed or resting the joints as much as possible. But this assumption can be misleading. Take the story of Dorothy, age 78, who often joked that her recliner was her best friend. Initially, Dorothy thought that constant rest was the only way to avoid the throbbing pain in her knees and hips. But all that sitting caused her muscles to weaken, leading to even more discomfort in the long run. After her grandson shared a simple, ancient practice he'd learned while traveling in Asia, gentle, mindful movement to strengthen and stabilize the body, she decided to give it a cautious try. Over the following months, Dorothy gradually improved her balance and found a relief from pain she never thought possible. This first insight from ancient traditions is about rediscovering movement. Unlike high-intensity exercises that many seniors shy away from, gentle practices such as Tai Chi or Qigong involves slow, purposeful movements that align with one's breathing. They're guided by centuries of empirical knowledge about how the body benefits from being active, but in a way that respects its limits. Even if you have limited mobility or rely on a cane or walker, you can adapt these movements by performing them seated or while leaning on a stable surface. It's far more approachable than you might think, and countless older adults worldwide have found them to be a remarkable tool for lowering inflammation. When practiced consistently, these gentle forms of movement help loosen stiff joints, improve blood circulation, and nurture a calmer state of mind. They also foster a sense of confidence, something that often diminishes as aches and pains intensify. The key is consistency. Many seniors make the mistake of trying a class or a video once, feeling uncertain or even a bit sore afterward, and then giving up. But like Dorothy discovered, the benefits truly reveal themselves over time as your body adapts. It can start with as little as 10 minutes a day. Turn on a calming piece of music, find a reliable guide online or through a local senior center, and experiment with gentle arm lifts, slow leg movements, or simple sequences that coordinate your breath with a gradual shift of weight from one foot to the other. Emotionally, the impact of mindful movement is equally valuable. A calming movement routine can help lower the stress hormones that often worsen inflammation. Stress can prompt the body to remain in a defensive, inflamed state, hindering healing. By introducing a peaceful practice, you give your nervous system a chance to relax, which signals the body to reduce its inflammatory response. Seniors who practice such forms of movement often report better sleep, improved mood, and a renewed sense of control over their bodies. If you're feeling a bit skeptical, you might recall hearing about yoga or Tai Chi and assuming it was too complicated or only for younger people. Yet many seniors well into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s have found modifications that match their strength, flexibility, and balance levels. The trick is to pace yourself. Sometimes just learning to breathe deeply while gently stretching your arms above your head can lay the groundwork for more expansive movement later. The improvement may be gradual, but every step you take helps rebuild confidence and lowers inflammation in ways you can feel. Give yourself permission to explore this new path. If you'd like a simple step to start, try standing next to a steady chair or countertop each morning. Slowly inhale as you raise your arms up in front of you, then exhale as you lower them, keeping your knees soft and your spine tall. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable and safe, noticing the warmth in your shoulder joints. This little routine might take no more than 90 seconds, but it's a powerful first step to remind your body that movement can be gentle and healing rather than painful and punishing. After a few days, see if you can add a gentle squat or a slow side step while breathing. Over time, you might find that your range of motion expands and the pain that once seemed so persistent begins to ease. Before we move on, ask yourself, could reintroducing gentle, mindful movement be the key I've been missing? Am I open to discovering how daily, low-impact activity can soothe aches and boost my overall well-being? Notice any resistance that comes up and gently invite yourself to be curious about it. Every small change begins with a willingness to see possibilities that were previously overlooked. Many seniors in their later years believe that adding various supplements or following rigid diets is the only way to manage or reduce inflammation. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by all the conflicting nutritional advice out there. Let's take the story of Roger, 83, who found himself with an entire shelf of supplements and health books, each one touting the next big secret to living longer and feeling better. Yet he still battled joint stiffness every morning and had a hard time sleeping at night because of nagging discomfort. Then one day, while sharing lunch with a friend, he learned about an ancient medical secret that didn't require expensive pills at all. It simply involved introducing a particular blend of spices and whole foods known for their anti-inflammatory properties into his daily meals. One of the most well-known examples is turmeric, an orange-yellow spice commonly used in Asian cuisines, revered in certain traditional healing systems for its remarkable anti-inflammatory compounds. Ginger, rosemary, garlic, and cinnamon are others that have shown promise. When we talk about ancient secrets, this is precisely what we mean: time-tested wisdom from cultures that have long relied on food as a form of medicine. Beyond spices, many such culinary traditions also emphasize fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats from sources like olive oil, nuts, and avocados. These foods nourish the body, help regulate inflammation, and can even support better digestion and nutrient absorption. For many seniors, the misconception is that eating healthy means flavorless meals, complicated recipes, or bland foods that don't satisfy. Yet Roger found quite the opposite. As he started adding a little turmeric and ginger to his soups and stews, he discovered that not only did the dishes taste better, but within weeks he noticed some morning stiffness fading. He didn't suddenly become spry overnight, but the lingering ache that used to greet him at dawn was gentler than before. Encouraged, he expanded his approach, adding more fresh produce to his diet and cutting back on heavily processed foods that can contribute to inflammation. If you're concerned about how these changes might interfere with any medications or existing health conditions, this is precisely where open communication with a healthcare provider comes in. For instance, certain foods, even healthy ones, might interact with blood-thinning medications or other prescriptions. That's why any significant change to your diet should include a quick check-in with your doctor or pharmacist. Still, many professionals now appreciate how an anti-inflammatory diet can complement medical treatment rather than replace it. Here are a few practical steps to make it easier, especially if you're cooking for one or working with a tighter budget. First, focus on simple meal components. A protein source, chicken, fish, beans or lentils, vegetables, fresh, frozen, or even canned with low sodium, and a flavor base of beneficial herbs and spices. You can batch cook a stew, soup, or casserole on the weekend, freezing portions for later in the week. This helps cut down on daily prep time. Another tip is to experiment with herbal teas. Turmeric and ginger teas have grown in popularity for their soothing properties. Try sipping on a cup in the afternoon or before bedtime and see if it helps lessen any lingering stiffness. Emotionally, choosing an anti-inflammatory diet sends a powerful message to yourself. You're taking an active role in your own wellness. Rather than feeling helpless or at the mercy of aging, each flavorful meal becomes an affirmation of self-care. It can rekindle a sense of enjoyment around eating too, as you discover new recipes or revisit traditional dishes that emphasize whole, nourishing ingredients. Even if you have dietary limitations, from avoiding certain foods due to allergies or preferences, there are plenty of ways to adapt. The main thread that connects these ancient dietary secrets is the use of natural, minimally processed ingredients and spices known to calm the body's inflammatory response. Even small, consistent changes can yield noticeable results. Consider an example. Adding a quarter teaspoon of turmeric to your morning scramble or blending ginger into a smoothie. Over the course of several weeks, you may sense subtle improvements in how your joints feel or how well you sleep. Combine that with daily movement, and you've got a dynamic duo for tackling inflammation head-on. If you start to see positive shifts, remember to celebrate them. One of the greatest joys in healthy living is recognizing that you have more influence over your body's comfort than you once believed. Now pause for a moment and think about your pantry and refrigerator. Are they stocked with items that truly help you, or are they more aligned with convenience and habit? What kind of flavors do you gravitate toward, and is there an opportunity to introduce spices that might support your body's ability to manage inflammation? This reflection can be the first step toward transforming your meals from something you simply eat to a daily practice that nourishes and protects you from the inside out. Many people assume that if you handle your food and your exercise, you've covered all you can do to keep inflammation at bay. However, an often overlooked aspect of health, especially among seniors, is the role of emotional well-being and stress reduction. Chronic, low-grade stress can keep the body in a defensive posture, perpetuating inflammation. This is where certain ancient traditions step in once again, emphasizing the mind-body connection. They teach us that cultivating calm, whether through meditation, breathing exercises, or gentle mindfulness, can play a crucial role in reducing inflammation. Maureen, 76, learned this lesson the hard way. She had spent years juggling her doctor's appointments, medication schedules, and a relentless cycle of worrying about every new ache or pain. Rather than her health regimen bringing her peace, it turned into its own source of stress. After reading about a centuries-old practice from Eastern philosophies, focused on breathing and mental quiet, she cautiously decided to try something she'd always dismissed as not for her. She found a simple guided meditation online specifically designed for seniors. To her surprise, a mere 10 minutes of daily practice left her feeling calmer, more centered, and notably less tight in her shoulders and neck. This calming effect isn't just in the mind. Research suggests that chronic stress can prompt your body to release stress hormones like cortisol, which, when elevated for too long, may contribute to higher levels of inflammation. Techniques like deep breathing send signals to the body that it's safe to shift gears, allowing inflammation-related processes to subside. You don't need to become an expert in meditation or devote hours each day. In fact, for many seniors, a short routine of intentional, relaxed breathing can serve as a powerful tool. For instance, inhaling slowly through your nose for a count of 4, holding that breath for a count of 2, then exhaling slowly through your mouth for a count of 4 can calm both mind and body, especially if repeated for a few cycles. Another soothing practice is guided imagery, where you close your eyes and imagine a peaceful, comforting scene, focusing on the sights, sounds, and sensations. Some older adults find this helps them relax tense muscles and ease the mental chatter that can worsen discomfort. If you prefer something more tangible, consider journaling. Writing down your worries or reflecting on moments of gratitude can reframe your perspective, offering a mental break from cyclical anxiety about health or family issues. Of course, if you're dealing with major stressors, such as chronic illness, financial concerns, or family responsibilities, managing anxiety can feel daunting. But that's exactly why these approaches are so valuable. They provide a gentle and consistent outlet for releasing daily tensions. Even more promising is that combining mindfulness with the earlier practices, gentle movement and nutrient-dense foods, creates a holistic system. Think of it like a 3-legged stool. If one leg is missing, it's harder to maintain balance. But when you nourish your body from the inside out, stay active in a way that feels good, and take time to soothe the mind, you give yourself a well-rounded foundation for less inflammation and greater vitality. Emotionally, devoting a few minutes each day to stress reduction can help you regain a sense of control. As we get older, it's common to feel life is happening to us rather than with us. Stress management techniques remind us that we still have a measure of influence over how our bodies react to the difficulties and uncertainties of aging. That sense of agency is empowering, allowing you to engage with life from a place of hope rather than fear. If you're curious where to start but feel uncertain, think small. As with any new routine, consistency is more important than length or complexity. Begin your morning by simply placing a hand on your chest, taking a deep breath, and noticing how your body feels. Or try a short, guided relaxation session in the evening before bed. You might be surprised at how these gentle moments of calm can ripple through the rest of your day, easing tension in your joints and even improving your sleep quality. Now is a good time to check in with yourself. Which part of your day creates the most stress or worry? Could you see yourself taking a short pause in that moment to breathe and reset? Doing so may help you lessen the overall stress burden on your body, reducing the risk of spurring inflammatory responses. These are simple yet profound steps rooted in ancient wisdom. Wisdom that seniors over 75 often overlook, but can benefit from immensely once they give it a fair chance. The 3 perspectives you've explored, mindful movement, an anti-inflammatory diet, and stress management, form a powerful trio that has helped many older adults reclaim a sense of comfort in their own bodies. If you've been feeling the wear and tear of chronic inflammation, it's both timely and important to consider taking action. The beautiful thing about these approaches is that you can start right where you are. There's no need for drastic measures or elaborate programs. Small, steady shifts in how you move, what you eat, and how you manage your emotions can add up to tangible improvements in how you feel day to day. There is a certain urgency to all of this, but not one rooted in fear. Rather, it's the urgency of knowing that each day you delay, you might be missing out on the extra ease of movement, better sleep, and the simple joy of feeling less discomfort in your bones and muscles. The sooner you begin, the sooner you can start reaping the benefits. And while there's no miracle overnight cure, the transformation can be surprisingly swift once these changes become part of your daily rhythm. Try imagining how these ideas could fit into your own life. Perhaps you see yourself starting the day with a brief guided movement routine, sipping on warm ginger tea after lunch, and ending the evening with a few minutes of deep breathing before sleep. Or maybe you focus on one area first, such as adding more nourishing foods to your dinner and seeing how that alone impacts your energy. Whatever approach resonates, the important part is to give it a genuine, consistent effort and pay attention to the subtle ways your body responds. If you're ready to take small steps, here are a few ways you might begin. First, consider learning a simple series of joint-friendly exercises. Tai Chi for beginners or chair-based yoga can be great options. Next, plan your meals for the upcoming week, adding at least one anti-inflammatory ingredient to each day's menu. For stress management, experiment with a short breathing exercise. If you want to take a bigger leap, many communities and senior centers offer classes where you can learn these practices in a supportive environment. Even exploring online videos can be a convenient and affordable starting point. For those looking for more inspiration, it helps to connect with like-minded friends or family members who share your interest in living well at any age. Sometimes accountability partners, such as a neighbor, friend, or relative, can help you stick to these lifestyle adjustments. And if you're comfortable with technology, you may find virtual communities where people exchange recipes, recommend meditation apps, or encourage each other with success stories. When it comes to next steps, it's all about choice. You can choose to simply reflect on this information for now, or you can commit to trying out at least one new practice in the next 24 hours. If you want to go further, consider talking with a healthcare professional about how mindful movement, dietary tweaks, or stress management might complement any medical treatments you're already following. Some of the best success stories come from those who integrate conventional medicine with time-tested strategies, creating a comprehensive plan that addresses multiple facets of well-being. In the end, remember that no matter your age, you still have the agency to shape how you feel. These ancient secrets, backed by both cultural experience and emerging modern research, are powerful reminders that our bodies and minds are interconnected. By gently caring for each piece of the puzzle, you can encourage your body to dial back the inflammation that once seemed like an inevitable partner of aging. You can find more ease in your daily movements, rediscover the pleasure of flavorful, nourishing foods, and enjoy a calmer mind that supports a healthier body. Even small gains in comfort or energy can open doors to more of life's simple pleasures, from gardening without wincing to engaging more fully in community events. So take heart in knowing that these tools are within your reach, ready to support you as you create a new chapter of vitality. Whether you adopt one strategy or all three, each step is a testament to your capacity to live well, honoring both the wisdom of your years and the hopeful possibilities that still lie ahead. Thank you for sharing this time and being open to a fresh way of thinking about inflammation and aging. If you found even a spark of inspiration here, consider passing this message along to a friend or family member, or share your journey with someone who might benefit from hearing about it. And if you feel moved to dive deeper, you might seek out local classes, consult with a wellness specialist, or explore reputable online resources. Whatever you do, remember that these choices are yours to make. The best healing often arises from a collaboration between your body, your mind, and the support of trusted professionals. However you decide to move forward, carry with you the knowledge that you are not powerless. You have options, choices, and a lifetime of experience to guide you. Every small step toward lower inflammation and greater vitality is an affirmation of life itself, a reminder that at any stage, we can continue to grow, adapt, and thrive in ways that feel both comforting and exciting. You deserve that sense of hope, and I hope you embrace the opportunity to welcome it into your life.